Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is going to be something a little bit different. I recently built a mobile app using the Flutter framework. It's a password managing app. If you don't know what a password manager is, it's basically a place to store all your different passwords for all your different accounts. So for example, if you have social media accounts like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, if you have your Netflix subscription account, your Amazon Prime account, obviously it's impossible to memorize all of your different passwords, but a password manager does all the heavy lifting for you and memorizes those passwords. In this video, I'm going to focus more on the Flutter framework and my experience of using Flutter and give you guys some basic information about the Flutter framework in general. So let's get right to it. Okay, so first of all, what exactly is Flutter? Flutter is a cross-platform mobile application framework. That means that you can build mobile applications that are both compatible with iOS as well as Android. By the time you finish building out your Flutter application, it'll convert as both an iOS app on the App Store as well as an Android app that you can download on the Play Store. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different mobile application cross-platform frameworks available, like React Native, Cordova, and Node.js, just to name a few. But what makes Flutter so special? Well, for one thing, Flutter doesn't require any platform-specific UI components. So that means that you don't have to worry about the UI consistency on different platforms like Android and iOS. Flutter actually eliminates that factor altogether and makes the UI consistent on all platforms. Another good thing about Flutter is the reduced development time when actually debugging and testing your application. Flutter actually has two distinct features that help with the code development time. These features are hot reload and hot restart. Hot reload actually just reloads part of the application that you made changes to, so you can see those changes almost instantaneously without changing the current application state. So for example, if you're actually working on a text field and you realize that the sentence in the text field is not grammatically correct and you decide to add a comma or forgot a comma or something, and you go ahead and make that change and press the hot reload button in the IDE, then you see that change almost instantaneously without changing the current application state. Everything else is the same. Hot restart, on the other hand, actually just restarts the application almost instantaneously. Another pro with Flutter is the fact that Flutter applications are very similar in performance compared to the native apps. And one of the main reasons for this is because Flutter apps are actually built directly into the machine code, which eliminates a lot of performance bugs. On top of this, Flutter also has the ability to customize any type of UI components that you wish to customize. UI components like shapes, element transitions, transformations, and colors are all very seamless with Flutter. Last but not least, Flutter has its own rendering engine. This basically expands the number of things that you can actually do with your application using the Flutter framework. And because of this, UI that's actually built using the Flutter framework can be launched virtually on any platform possible. So those are some of the nice things that Flutter as a framework has to offer to its user. In my opinion, like in my experience of building this whole application using the Flutter framework, I think it was super easy and intuitive. And in general, Flutter is built around this whole widget tree. So you have widgets and then you have children. But in general, I think it's very intuitive and easy to understand. And there's a bunch of other tutorials online that you can follow. So that's what I did, and I was able to get it like in one shot. And accompanying Flutter is the Dart programming language, which in my opinion resembles Java or any other object-oriented programming language. So if you're familiar with at least one programming language that's like object-oriented or anything mirroring Java, I think Dart is very, very intuitive and easy to understand. And as you can see here, this is the default Flutter application that loads when you open a new Flutter project on your preferred IDE. I decided to use Android Studio, but you can use virtually any IDE that you like to use, like Visual Studio Code and whatnot. But setting up Flutter on your machine is actually pretty intuitive and easy, and you can actually go on the Flutter website, the flutter.dev website, which I will leave in the link of the description to this video, so you guys can check it out there for detailed instructions. But yeah, in my opinion, I think it was a great learning experience trying to learn the Flutter framework as well as learning the Dart programming language to try and develop this app. And in general, I'm just really pleased with the way that the app came out. And just for reference, guys, the name of my app, the password manager, is called Key In, and it will be live on the Play Store July 24th on Saturday, sometime on Saturday EST. So when it is live, I will come back to the description of this video and I will leave the link to the app where you can download it in the description. So be sure to check it out. Currently, it's only going to be available on Android. So if you have an Android, you could definitely download it on the Play Store at that time. In iOS App Store, for the iPhone, we will definitely work on releasing a version for the App Store a little bit later. Either way, that's been it for this video. Thank you guys for staying till the end and sticking around and watching it. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.